Welcome back to Midlife Crisisses. I'm Tyson, one of the hosts. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. All of that stuff helps us continue to do this podcast, and we would appreciate if you would continue to do that each and every episode. We love you guys so much. We want to keep doing this, and that is one of the ways to guarantee. Nothing in life is guaranteed.
Guarantee it. Yeah,
okay, that we will keep doing this. So smash that subscribe button, that like button, that follow button, whatever buttons are there, smash them all.
And we really want to hear from you guys too. We want to hear about your midlife crises. We want to know what kind of stuff you are going through so that we can talk about it and share our insights about trying to survive this bull as well. So
let's get into it. All right, fellas, here is the question of the week. How do we stop being so materialistic as adults?
Because when I was young, I was so into that. I wanted the nice stuff. I wanted the super nice car. I wanted the big house. Whenever you step into that, you get to experience some of those things. You realize it really is just kind of like a vapor dream.
Is that possible? Can we do it? Are we happier not chasing the highs of the dopamine hits from buying something cool? We'll find out.
Hey everybody, welcome to Midlife Crisisses. I'm Bradley Hasemeyer. We've got a couple great hosts here. We got some fun times ahead, but we just wanted to say thank you for being here. Thanks for joining in. We're back. You're back. We had a couple rewind episodes because, hey, it's summer. We're traveling. You're traveling. We got all the midlife stuff going on. We're trying to pack as much as we can into these summer weeks, either with your kids or get the doctor's appointments done or whatever. I've got passport appointments coming up. It's like you just got to get it all done now. And it's been hard to try to line all of that up. So we gave ourselves a break because that's something else in midlife you got to do is just say, hey, let's be real. This is what's going on. So that's what we've done. Hopefully you've enjoyed those previous episodes. But we got new for you today. And as you know, Bradley Hasemeyer, content creator, father of 2 and a dog, sleeping down here on the AC vent. That's his new jam right now. He's so smart. He's like, yeah, I think I'm just going to lay there. But I'm not alone. We also got William coming off of a bunch of cool stuff, including a debut film and a bunch of art that was sold. So I'm going to toss it to William and he can bring you up to speed.
Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a good summer. Yeah, Bradley's right. We've been very busy. Lots of fun stuff. Lots of other stuff, too. I mean, I'm trying to remember what all we've talked about since we broke up last time, but
the band is back together.
I lost another doggy, which was really hard. Mr. Gunner, put him down a couple weeks ago. He was a really good boy. He was, especially like when I was going through my divorce, every time I was emotional at all, he just like sensed it and was like all up on me, like on my chest, patting me.
I thought you were going to say he ran over and bit your ex every time.
That's kind of that version of that. That's great.
But the opposite.
Yes.
Yeah. And Bradley's right. We had our film release for Awakening, which was really fun. Been doing some whitewater rafting last weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Getting ready for a bunch of other trips and still moving into my house. I did my garage. I organized all my dive gear. I've got.
I bet your garage just is like racks on racks of dive gear.
Now it was just gear. Piles on piles of shit. Now it's racks on racks.
Oh, wow.
So I got it all piled up. I mean, I got it all boxed up. I've got like 10 big boxes of dive gear. So I'm about to be slanging a bunch of dive gear. Also been doing a bunch of shooting for Citizen. They just came out with their new Aqualand 40th anniversary watch. Wow. And it's my favorite one that they've done so far. It's got like
ever.
It's got a digital component too. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
But so it's got like, a depth gauge. It's got alarms on it. It's got timers. So it's altitude? Really handy piece. No altitude.
It's all about
what I care about.
So why is it Aqualand?
Because you can wear it on the land and in the water.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why it was like, does it have all?
I don't think it has an altimeter. No.
Tyson,
but the thing about it was the last best actual dive gauge watch before they started going all digital. Because now with a dive watch, as William would certainly tell you, you don't really need a dive watch. You've got so many computers on you that are telling you everything, right? The dive watch is really just kind of like part of the experience, part of the look.
Yeah.
You can get dive computer apps now for your smartwatch. So it's
there's everything. Exactly.
Okay.
But it is a super dope looking watch, and it's a throwback to the original, which is like 40 years ago. So it's got those retro vibes. And I guess it was actually in a movie with Jean Reno, a French diving movie. Remember Jean Reno?
You mean Jacques Cousteau?
No, Jean Reno. The actor. It is funny that their names are so similar. He always wore those circle glasses. What was the movie he was in with Natalie Portman? He was like an assassin.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. That is
she's super young. She was like 9. It was awkward.
Give it away.
And he would drink milk every night and then just sit awake waiting for the bad guys to come.
Yeah. That was before Got Milk. That should have probably been their campaign. Got Bad Guys.
He'd bring like 2 gallons of milk home and then just sit down in his chair facing the door to his apartment, waiting for trouble to come and find him.
Don't worry. I will watch the door. You get to
You
sleep.
never trust somebody who drinks milk.
I will drink the milk from the cows.
Yes. I remember that show.
I was texting you guys the other day because I was photographing the new Aqualand up in the mountains here. And there was a giant bull moose close to us. And I was thinking about trying to photograph this big bull moose. I was telling Tyson maybe I should build like a moose cage to photograph it, or make a little camera inside of a robot duck and try to get the duck up to it. So I got some new plans. I'm actually Monday, I'm going to go look for him again and see.
I'm going to tell you, William, the best shot would be that bubble lens that's on top and underneath the water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That'd be awesome.
Under because it's pretty murky. So
yeah, but
it's not going to happen. If anything, I'll get stomped to death, but I'll still give it a go.
You're not going to find him. Yeah, it's going to be hard to find a moose in the water again.
I know. I was pretty lucky.
You should have tossed the watch to grab onto one of his antlers.
Yeah.
Is he walking around with a watch on the antler?
I've seen moose in the water before, and I hit a moose with a snowball once when it was... It was on the cross country. It was on the cross country ski track, and it would not move. And I sat there for like half an hour waiting for it to get out of my way, and it wouldn't. So I threw a snowball at it, and it did not care. It looked up. It didn't flinch. Its body didn't do anything. It just was like took another snowball, and so I was there like probably over an hour waiting for that thing to clear.
I don't think people are aware how imposing a moose is. It's like a better sized elephant. Like it's just moosen are massive, and they're big old horns. When you get close, you're just like, wait a second. If this thing sneezes at me, I'm dead. Like you think they're all how fun.
Dense they are.
Yeah.
You can feel just by looking
with
at
that snowball was just like
boop. Yeah. It did nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And so and I know they can get real stompy and hurt people, but most of the time they
just want to go hug one.
No, you don't want to go hug one.
Like in the rut when they're horny.
That they get real aggressive.
Or also in Alaska, I heard that when there's fruit on the ground, it ferments and they eat it and they get all drunk. And then that's when they're real rowdy. A drunk moose is not a fun
drunk moose.
They're angry. Drunk moose are angry moose.
Drunk moose sounds like the mascot of a small liberal arts school.
Or it sounds like a band.
The Dartmouth Drunk Moose.
Yeah. Or like Drunk Moose at Coachella 2026.
Totally a band.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yes.
All of that sounds very good.
So much going on.
Yeah, a lot going on. I don't have that watch yet. I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's a sweet watch. I did wear some back. That's how rare they are. They sent it to me for shooting, and then they said, you got to send it back.
Wow.
Yeah, only people like William get to hold on to them.
Keep one. Any partners. Yeah.
Right.
I should reach out and see.
Of them
for the whole world.
Worldwide.
For the whole world. Fast.
Yeah.
Dang.
So get on it, Tyson.
How much are they?
Like $5?
Price, $500 or $600.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's not crazy.
No, it's not crazy. You said 5 and I thought 5,000. I was like, oh, it's like their highest end.
No. Ends. Yeah, 5 hundos.
5 hundos.
Yeah, half a rack.
I wore one of those surfing wave watches for from them that's been my like daily driver. I don't know why we're talking about watches right now, because we're midlife bros.
It's all right. We're growing up. That's part of it.
Growing up. I've been having also a whirlwind summer and traveled, got home from filming House of Villains. Spent a week at home.
Have we talked about that yet, that you've been on there? I don't know if we've even...
I don't know if we
know
have.
that, but on air here, I don't know, or on the podcast, I don't know if people know.
I mean, it's been announced publicly,
Yeah.
the cast has, so it's fine to talk about. And that experience, coupled with a few other things, have led me to my question today. I guess the buildup is we bought a new house last year, and we've been in the process of furnishing it. And we hired an interior designer, and then they stockpile all the furniture and then come and bring it all at one time, so that it's not like a long, slow burn. It's just like, bam, there you go.
Yeah, almost like you're moving again.
So you're not inconvenienced a bunch of times throughout the months as furniture rolls in slowly. And my question is materialism. How do we approach materialism? How do we avoid materialism? And how do we teach our kids not to be materialistic? I know that a lot of these, like all the influencers now, all the like finance bros that are telling you how to like drive cars and do all this shit.
Yeah.
And none of it fucking matters. It doesn't matter, but how do you get in that mindset, and how do you teach that to your kids? I go on this show and I'm looking around at these people and I'm like, most of these people are really sad, and anything I would say against them is like punching down, because I'm happy.
Right.
Which is the greatest gift of all. It's the greatest. So I'm like, what can I do? And I think it's just that materialism does really affect people, like seeing what others have and wanting it and not even needing it and not even getting it, and then not even using it and being like, what? And where is the line? How do you approach it? How can you check yourself when things start getting out of control? Those are all the questions I have. And is there a world, is there a future where humans will just be like, you know what? Could my neighborhood just sit around and be like, we're all happy with what we have. Let's all just make an agreement that we don't need to buy exotic cars and park them in our front yards.
I think that's a great question. I was actually, I'll jump in because I was kind of thinking about this recently as well too, which is the idea of like, maybe the bigger question is kind of like, what is the value of the dollar from the standpoint of, if you want to go to you love food and you spend $150 on dinner, it's gone. You ate it. Mm-hmm. It's food. You could go to Taco Bell. You could go to Wendy's. You could whatever and fulfill that thing that you need, which is just to eat food for much less. So why do you attach the value that you have to that? So some people don't care. Like my parents, they want a nice dinner, but it's like they'll go to like Chili's or something. Like they're not going to go out. That's crazy to them that they would do that. However, to me, I find value in like really curated and prepared and like story behind it. It's an experience. My wife and I did a 24 hours away recently. My daughter's at camp. We went up to Tennessee, left my son with my parents. Our first night away in like a year and a half, because we don't have family close by and it's just tough. Just the logistics of it, as well as the way that Loic is and all this. And so we had 24 hours. And so it was like, we're going to go to a hotel. We could save money on a hotel and go to something like medium or moderate. We're not going to do like a Four Seasons. Like we're not driving all the way to Nashville and do something that's like $800 a night, but we don't want a Holiday Inn for like, $150, because it's like, we want some of that experience, but ultimately it's just a place to sleep. It was just like, we just needed to get away. So how do you put value on that? And I was trying to think of that, like, how has that changed for me? Because I think we found a place for like $380 that sounds crazy for one night, but it was like exposed brick, a refurbished building that had a cool story to it. It was like a Parisian. It was originally a warehouse converted into this Parisian place downtown. Really great Parisian restaurant attached to it in the back. It was like secluded. It was like an amazing 24-hour period. We could just leave the car parked. So there's all these kind of things, but it was like I was trying to wrestle with what's the price point? What's the value of that? And then from a materialism standpoint, I think it's the same thing. We were just talking about watches, right? You don't really need a watch anymore. If you just want to keep track of time and you don't have a phone, you can go get a $30 watch or $20 watch or whatever, or just ask people, I guess. But maybe you find value in a piece, in a thing, in a story, right? Like the watch that William's wearing has a story to it. It's worth that $500 because it has that kind of thing. For you, Tyson, you're talking about like redoing the inside of the house. I think that's like, the lifestyle element of not lifestyle like Instagram blogger, but more so like I feel comfortable in my house. I feel comfortable in my house. Mike Tyson here just joined. I feel comfortable in my house. I feel comfortable, maybe for Rachel, maybe there's a great increase in quality of life because these things match.
Well, that's my hope.
And
that's
it doesn't care. We'll
Because
see. Because
yes.
you don't seem to care.
I don't care at all.
Right.
IKEA,
So then it's
I
a
could
value.
go IKEA all the way. I literally, I've gotten no more joy out of these furniture pieces, and hopefully Rachel has. And I just know my bank account's way smaller.
Not getting enjoyment out of that part. I'll tell you that much right now. So it is hard because you have to figure out where you value. I remember I was collecting baseball cards a long time ago, and I thought, how weird is it that this piece of cardboard someone will pay $100 for? And then like this piece of cardboard with this player, it's the exact same material, and yet someone will only pay like 28 cents. And I was like, so I was talking to my parents about this. I was probably like 9 or 10. I was like, I don't understand that. And it was the idea of value is, whatever someone would pay for it. So like, that's why something costs the way it does, because there is a market for it or whatever. But that's because people ascribe, I want that thing more. I need that thing more. But really, it's just a thing. It's just the car gets you from A to B. Does it need to be a Lamborghini, or does it need to be a crappy Ford Focus that I drove for 3 years in LA? So I think it brings up all of that.
I've got a friend who is just like not materialistic at all. He bought his house in like 2008 for like 50 grand. Which good for him for nailing that. But he hasn't updated it. He hasn't upgraded it. His furniture is mad old. Like when I was going through my divorce, I went and lived at his house for like a month or something.
Yeah.
And I had to go to Walmart and drop like $1,000 just on stuff to make his house like livable for myself. But that being said, is like, he's super content and happy with that. And there's something really to be said for that, so that he likes to travel a lot, so he spends his money on sick trips and he doesn't worry about like updating his house. So I think that's a really good way to go, but also like bettering your environment and like leveling up kind of helps you level up as a person too. So I think there's like a line between like not materialistic at all and not being materialistic driven by having things because other people have them, or like you feel like you should have it, but kind of like what you were saying, Bradley, like, because if it makes you happy to have this piece of furniture in your house and it makes you more comfortable and it makes you feel like, more okay with how things are, then it's a good purchase. But yeah, I think that obviously the vast majority of people are way too far on the other side and buying things because the neighbors have it or because they think they should have it.
Yeah.
But also not wanting to upgrade your life at all, which includes your possessions sometimes. I don't think that's a good way to go either. But the challenging part of all this, Tyson, is the second part of your question, is like, how do you like shape your kids' views on this, especially nowadays with, my daughter ordering the $800 of babies on Amazon.
Yes.
And having 60 babies and like always.
You can't have
the other day babies. We went to Dave and Buster's and had a great time. We played a bunch of games and got some tickets.
It was $200.
We went to go to Prize and we were like having the best daddy-daughter date, like so much fun. And then she didn't have enough tickets for like a
baby that she wanted.
So
and just full mental breakdown, like, you know, to the point where she wouldn't get into her car seat when we left, had to sit there in the heat, and just like, and it was so good and then so bad. So that's like the worst element of all that. That's like the materialistic part that just, it's just terrible. And I don't know how to battle it. And especially as a single parent who has 50-50 custody, it's like shaping values in your kids is so difficult, because it's like you can only do so much if your kids are being exposed to completely different values at your co-parent's house. So I just think that for single parents, they have to like try twice as hard, like really be conscious of those kind of values that you're demonstrating and that you're showing your daughter. And that's all that I am like trying to do, how I'm trying to do it, especially like this summer. I'm taking her to Curacao in a couple of weeks, which is awesome. But also I'm just trying to take her out into nature like as much as I can, because that really is like, that's worth all the gold in the world. Like nature is the best thing that we have, and we've become so disconnected from it. And like last weekend when I was camping, it was inspirational, like so amazing, just remembering all these things from my childhood growing up camping and playing outdoors, and like it's
That's
so much better.
National Park Service right there.
Nice. There you go. Side note though, there were so many satellites. Remember when we were kids and you wouldn't see a satellite the whole time? It's kind of fucked up these days. Like it's pretty insane how many satellites there are, just like constantly streaking across the sky. It's brutal.
Because we're just not aware of it on a daily basis. And then you get away to somewhere like where you were, and all of a sudden you're like, I used to see one, now I just saw 40.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And like for our generation, we were in the generation where when we were kids, there was none. Or like, if you see one, you're like, wow, a satellite. Cool.
Yeah. The shooting star, basically. It was like so rare.
I did see a shooting star too while I was taking a pee. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah,
I saw a shooting star not too long ago.
The opposite of like the materialism shit is just nature, being outdoors and enjoying your friends and family. And I feel like that's the best way to try to shape my daughter's perceptions about it, is instead of like, you know, pushing back against it when she wants all this stuff, obviously not catering to everything she wants, but just showing her that there's this other side of things that includes just community and the outdoors. And hopefully that'll work.
Yeah. One lesson I learned from my dad is he is willing to share any of his possessions with anybody without care of whether or not like he got a new truck when I was in high school. It was the new Dodge Ram, the first round body Dodge Ram, one of the first in the state of Utah. He had pre-ordered it. He was so excited for it. He had been driving like this little Mazda pickup for 20 years, and finally was like, I'm going to get a truck,
a real truck.
Cause he was a general contractor. He's a construction guy. And he got it, and it was brand new, and it was like the sickest truck. And everywhere we'd drive, people would wave. It was like having a Tesla when the first Teslas came out. Like people would come up in parking lots and be like, how do you like it? Yeah. And everywhere you went.
Now they just flip you off.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly. And everywhere you went, it was just like, the Dodge Ram, the one we saw in the commercials, it's here. What is it? And it was a dually long bed, so it was like extra big.
Gosh, yeah.
And he would just throw the keys to people, like people he knew, not like strangers, but like my friends would come over who were older than me, who had their driver's licenses. I didn't have mine yet. And they'd be like, can we drive it? He's like, yeah, go get it cleaned and top it off. And they'd be like, okay. And they would have so much fun driving it around. And I was like, Dad, aren't you worried about? He's like, nobody's purposely trying to break your shit. It's an accident. Like accidents happen all the time for whatever reason. I could have an accident there too. It's like, you just have to assume that the people that are around you aren't purposely trying to ruin your things, and they're just things. And I was like, okay, so I try to do that with my kids. Like they get overly protective about something. I'm like, that can be replaced.
That's a hard thing.
But hurting someone's feelings over like not sharing or being extra protective about something is harder to fix than having a stuffy with an ear ripped off of it. That can be fixed. So, and it's hard. Like they still, will grasp onto things and or go to Target, and they've been saving their money. Target. Dude, they've been saving their money, and we took them to the mall to spend their birthday money, and they just bought the stupidest shit. Just like, and every single purchase, I was like, hey, do you want this more than $15? Yes, absolutely. Okay, well, it's up to you. Like, that's the question you need to ask yourself.
Yeah.
And my youngest, Marlo, actually was like, maybe I don't. And she actually saved some money from that trip, which was impressive.
Great.
Bergen, on the other end, was just like, no, I need to be at 0.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, if that's,
burning a hole in your pocket. Yeah.
In the future, when we do this again and you have 0 money to spend, you're going to feel, and I was like, and if you see something that's too expensive that you can't afford, it might be worth it. And she's like, no, not for me. I need all of my money out of my purse right now. So,
oh man,
it's very, very tricky. And I don't know the answer, but going on this show, getting this furniture, I just feel like stepping away from it a bit, or mentally detaching from it and being content with the things that you have. That, like, I have a loving family. I have 2 beautiful daughters.
Yeah. You have your health other than your ankle.
Health, and my ankle's fine again. And it's like, and I'm 46. A lot of people don't have all of that stuff. And so it's like, take the things that you have that that other people on the outside are looking at. And who cares if they're looking at them or not? The things you're appreciative of, but people are looking at those things too. They're definitely looking at that. Like, you look at William, you're like, oh, he gets to travel everywhere. He gets to take his daughter to the ocean. They're experiencing all these great, amazing things. Like, people look at that, and that's something that you can't really put a price tag on. Not everybody can even do that because of who they are. And so I think that everyone could owe it to themselves a little bit to take a step back and be appreciative and recognize the things you have that do make you, quote unquote, rich.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I think the word rich is really a good note. You hear all the time of people who go away for like a missions project or whatever, and they go to another country, or they have to leave.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh yeah. Just because you'll come back and you'll be like, I'm a shithead.
Yes.
Because it's almost like you have to you adapt from it. I would imagine even maybe on mission, right? Like for you guys, like you're walking around.
Yeah. So I went on a Mormon mission. We had literally nothing. I lived in the Philippines in a hollow block hut with mice and cockroaches everywhere.
How long?
Probably 2 years.
2 years.
Cobra. We had a cobra on our front doorstep one time.
Damn.
A guy killed with like an 8-inch 2x4.
Nice.
Did you know that snakes kill 100,000 people a year?
They never got me, but
people are afraid of sharks, but snakes.
I have rattlesnake signs
legitimate.
I have rattlesnake signs on all my doors. Like, look for for the girls. Look for rattlesnakes. Look for rattlesnakes.
Smart.
But I went on a mission. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was on a mattress on the floor in some of the places, and I came home and I was so overwhelmed with all the stuff my parents had in their house. I was so bugged and overwhelmed with it.
That's interesting.
And like the grocery stores and stuff.
Goes away in 2 weeks. I need more. And Survivor's the same. But the thing is, I already experienced that on my mission. So we come home and everybody's like, I've changed. I don't need this stuff. I was like, give it 2 weeks, you idiot. You're going to spend the money. You're going to spend the $12,000 CBS gave you to take 10th place on Survivor and blow it on the stupidest thing immediately.
So dumb.
Yeah. And so it's always waning. And I think it's important to recheck yourself on that, because if 21-year-old me had just come home from his mission and walked into my house, he would have barfed everywhere and
punched you in the face.
Yeah, this is way too much. What are you doing? I was like, I don't know. He's like, why do you have between the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room, you literally have 19 chairs in there. And that's within like 15 steps of each other.
Who do you know? How many people are coming over today? Why do we have
so many chairs in that room now? So many
But it's
chairs.
so easy to also compare yourself the other way. But it's not as bad as them, you know, like internally you're like, but it's not as lavish. We have one nice car. We don't have two nice cars. You know, we have a nice house, but it's only 2,000 square feet. It's not, you know, I think there's a lot of justification there. For me, something that as I've gotten older, because when I was young, man, I was so into that. I wanted the nice stuff. I wanted the super nice car. I wanted the big house, all that. I think as I've gotten older, whenever you step into that, you get to experience some of those things, you realize it really is just kind of like a vapor dream. It's kind of like it doesn't give you any of this stuff. And that's cliche. You hear it all the time. Like rich people are like, I finally got the thing and I realized it didn't fulfill me. But I think when the line that I've heard, and I think is like a good way to check myself is when the stuff is controlling me, that's when it's a problem, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's like to your point, like I love that your dad was like, this truck doesn't control me. I control the truck. Like I'm in charge of the thing. It's not in charge of me. So I say, yeah, go for it. Go take it out. You know, it's like with kids, I've had to rethink a lot of like what I would want to get or what I want to, you know, like, do I want to get a watch that's $1,000? I better be willing to know that one day my son may throw that in the middle of a pond and I'll never see it again. You know, like, is that okay? Or am I going to be so pissed off? So it's like in those kind of concepts, it's like, oh, you know what? That's not going to be okay. I don't need $1,000 watch. That I'm not willing to do that. So when the stuff starts controlling you, and I see that sometimes, we've talked about this on here too, you know, when it's like your parents' basement is full of stuff, or even your closet, you got a bunch of stuff and you're like, well, now it's got to move to the garage. The garage is packed. Got to move that into a storage unit we're paying for. And you're just like, this stuff is controlling me
you.
now. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
I like doing too is when I'm spending money is like thinking about, should I spend this on this, or would this be better to spend on Rowan, like on my daughter? No matter what it is, just like, okay, I'm going to go drop a few $100s. It happened this weekend or the other day where I was going to buy something that was like $250. And then I was like, I probably don't need this. And maybe I could put this money like into her college fund or into doing something nice together. And I didn't spend it. So I think that that's a good check for me. And also with buying things, it's kind of addictive too. And I think that's part of the problem with it. Like I've noticed that once I start buying stuff, it goes in waves the next day.
Totally. I feel the same way. Yeah. But then I won't buy anything for 3 months. Yeah.
I got made fun of for being underdressed on House of Villains so often that when I got home, I bought a bunch of clothes.
What was the
what kind of clothes?
Okay. Well, hang on. We've talked about this on the podcast. You don't care to be in the fashion forward. We talked about like you're just like I'm me. I'm going to do me.
I used to love fashion. I used to love like I was wearing diesel jeans, saving up, spending it like the early 2000s. You know,
it's good that you put that in context.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Last week.
Yeah, early 2000s. I loved fashion. I always was like, and I was like the extreme end of the fashion. Like V-necks are in. Okay, I got the deepest one, goes to my belly button. Skinny jeans are in. Okay, help me get these on.
Just sprayed on.
Yeah,
just
like
blue spray paint.
All of it. Yeah, and even to the point where I was like wearing shoes that were a half size too small with skinny jeans, so it didn't look like I had clown feet. Like everything, every single thing was just like measured and. I loved it. And I think my mom liked that I was like into like, you know, the trends and dressing nice and stuff. And then somewhere along the way, I think it's as you age, there's like a part where you just like lock into your fashion and you don't change from there. Yeah. And if you did, I feel like it would be weird. But my other friend brought it up because I was telling him the same thing. I was like, at some point in your life, you cross this barrier where you're like, okay, the stuff I'm in at this moment, this is the fashion era I will be in for the rest of my life. Yeah. And that was probably like 2 years ago for me, where it's like, not skinny, skin tight jeans, but slim fitting enough, but enough to be comfortable. And now it's that baggy, super giant jeans.
Kendrick Lamar with the baggy bell bottoms. Yep.
And somebody put me in a pair of those and I felt like the biggest idiot. And I told my friend this and he was like, yeah, but if you wore those around, nobody would bat an eye at you because nobody gives a shit except for you. And I was like, I know, but that's like, what's the most important is how I feel and how I look in that stuff. And I feel like I look like a try hard fool. And so I think, so I came home and I was just like, I need more. I had nothing. I had no nice clothes to like wear on the show. And I literally was like, I should stock up a little bit. So during Amazon Prime week and this and that, I got a few pair of really nice shoes and I got a few pair of nice jeans, Levi's. I'm a Levi's guy now.
Yep, Levi's great.
And that's it. And I was like, I should get some collared shirts, but I haven't found a collared shirt that I really love. And until I do, like, I'm the type of guy who's like, okay, Levi's 511s, that's my fit.
511, I remember those.
I'm going to buy 4 of those.
Yep. That's a good fit. It's a good cut.
Yeah. I'm going to buy 4 of those in different washes and then I'm set.
Yep.
So, I don't think I even own a pair of jeans anymore. I haven't worn jeans in so long.
Yeah.
What do you wear for pants? Just chinos?
Khakis?
Yeah. Or like, travel pants,
wetsuit.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the stretchier ones.
Oh yeah, right.
Joggers or just like
joggers too in the wintertime.
The travel pants that look like slacks but are comfortable.
Yeah,
kind of. No, they
Western
kind of look like
joggers, Viore.
They kind of look like joggers, but they're thinner.
Okay. Yeah, I know those yoga pants.
We got you.
Yeah.
Lulu makes some of those and
Quince,
some of the other Quince.
Yeah,
really Quince is great, by the way. I got some Quince
whatever
stuff.
they have at TJ Maxx for $10, it's those ones.
Yes. That's the side FUBU.
So what was I'm curious what the they're like you showed up like this, or was that your internal? Because you were just saying
comments.
It matters to me. Okay.
Comments. Those so like I'd go and the host would be like, oh, thanks for dressing up again, Tyson. I was like, this isn't that important, but also like, okay. And like, it was like every time, oh, dressed up again. I was like, yeah, well, I got a cardigan on and cut off jeans.
So take that.
I don't know what you're talking about. And it didn't matter except for that. I was like, if you were like, let's go somewhere fancy, I wouldn't have any clothing, but also it's like I'm fine wearing a t-shirt to somewhere fancy if they let me in. Yeah. Sometimes they don't let you in.
Right.
So
dress code.
Yeah. So I don't know. Which gets us back to like I'm materialistic again because people judged me on a show that I have already determined I'm victorious of because I'm maybe the only happy one on the entire cast.
But that's the thing is when you surround yourself with materialistic people, you start to slowly become that because it's really easy to fall into that. I think the hard part is like pushing against it a little. So if you spent a couple of weeks with people who are all about their looks and names and all the things because they're not happy and they're looking for their happiness and their stuff, it would be really easy to fall into that. So that's an important aspect too, is like the company that you keep.
And the solution is just to go outside, go camping,
go outside,
in nature. Nobody gives a shit what you look like. The air's cleaner.
Yes.
Feel better, happier.
Yes. And only hang out with people who are way less financially well off than you.
Yeah, that's right. I used to park my average car next to the crappiest car I could find in the parking lot. So I felt better about like coming out to my car.
Oh, my cars are both over 10 years old now.
Yeah.
And
you kept the minivan?
I still have the minivan.
Despite the shop wrecking it?
It's been fine now.
Okay.
Yeah. We went to a new shop.
Nice. Well, yeah.
I said, get this thing road trip ready.
Right.
And they did. Drove it all the way up to Utah, 10 hours. Drove it all the way back, 10 more hours. No issues. Felt smooth as butter. It's got 150,000 miles on it.
Keep it going.
And every time I look at a new car, I think I'm spending some of my kids' future on this thing. So I'm going to just drive these mofos into the ground. The second that I don't feel like I can trust it to get me on a 5-hour drive, that's when it's going. I told my shop guy, the new shop guy, who's like really built himself up as this honest mechanic, and everybody, like all the Google reviews, all this stuff, they all say that same thing about this shop. I said, you tell me when it's time to trade it in and get some value out of this thing.
Yeah.
And he was like,
before
I definitely
over the hill.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he does.
Yeah, I think also having these conversations with your kid, that was one of your questions, is how do you pass it on, is like just trying to like check in with them, you know, like what is your value of that? Or, you know, could you trade that out for something else? Or what if we, you know, you got $20, let's set $2 aside, you know, kind of that idea of like financial planning with your kids is hard. But I think it's also just like, some of it's just like age based. I mean, I think ourselves included, like you're just different when you're 8. You haven't lived enough life to know it's okay for the stuffy to go away. Cause it's like, what? I've only had this 2 years. That's 20% of my life.
Yeah. I've had
it
as like, long as I've known.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. As long as I've known about wanting a thing, this is the thing and it can't go away. So, you know, some of that too is just like age appropriate. It's not like you have bad kids if they're like, I want to spend all my 15.
No. I introduced Rowan to that concept that one of your parents, I think, has, where if every time they get something new, they have to get rid of 2 things.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Tyson's mom, right? Yeah.
So yeah, and she's into it, like babies and stuff. She like wants to do it. So now, she's getting something new. We're pretty good about choosing 2 older things and giving them to Goodwill or whatever.
And my thing is, if you buy something,
got to be your new favorite.
Your new favorite.
Yeah.
Whether you're buying a number 2 or a number 3.
Yeah.
Like slot that in at number 1.
At the Dave and Buster's thing the other day, she ended up getting like a bouncy ball, and it was like an hour battle,
that whole
tears,
thing is like a
crazy
scam.
Yeah, and then she got a bouncy ball that obviously she forgot about. I don't think she ever played
go
with
into the drawer, the junk drawer in the room.
It's under the couch somewhere. Nobody cares anymore.
Exactly.
I was thinking about carrying it around though as a reminder to myself. That just like,
you know what? Drill a little hole through it. You could probably put it on your keychain. That'd be kind of cool.
Or wear it as a necklace.
Oh, even better.
So,
hanging from my belt.
For our listeners out there, how do we? Yes, 3 bouncy balls. How do we?
Midlife.
What advice do we have to our listeners about not being materialistic, or to stop being as materialistic, or to, I don't even know, compartmentalize that a little bit? What's the best way to go about that? What are our takeaways? I don't know.
Well, I think
Let's close this
Tyson
down.
was just talking about, like, rich. Like, are you rich? Like, thinking about your health, about your family, about the things that are important to you, and then whether buying something is going to improve those things or not make any difference or potentially harm those things. So focusing on real health, your family, your community. And then, as I said, for me, and I think it stands for most people, even if they don't know it, getting out into nature and like not being around all that materialistic crap all the time is a big way to remind you what's actually important.
I like that. I like the idea of like actively creating that space, creating that difference. Almost like if you're trying to lose weight, but you keep cookies on the counter, it's like you got to do something a little different. You got to move those away or whatever. In that same vein, I think also check the people around you. Like if you feel like maybe you're caught up in this, no, but I do need this. No, but I do need, like, look at the people around you. Are they also in that same frame of reference? Because then maybe it's time to like, I don't get new friends, but like you gotta like at least realize why you're thinking this way. Maybe it's them. And to Tyson's point, are they even happy? You know, most likely this stuff isn't going to make you happy. It's cliche that the materialism isn't really going to make you happy, but we still buy that. We still, advertising is so good. Marketing is so good. It's like, yeah, but I kind of, you know, so maybe set some rules.
We see it in our own lives too. Like buying a new house, for instance. Yeah, that does bring you happiness. But even that is like, it's like a short period of time. And then it's not, you know what I mean? So I think pretty much anything you buy, you might get some very short-term
it's an actual chemical hit, gratification.
But it's not
there.
Support your happiness and well-being like long-term.
Yeah, it's true. I think buy things for yourself or the people you really love. Don't buy them for people outside of that.
Yep.
Like I've caught myself, even going through my house and being like, people are going to come over and they're going to be like, holy crap, look at that the couch. And you're like, yes. It doesn't matter. Like then nobody's doing that. People will say, okay, nice couch, but like nobody really cares. And nobody's like putting it in their family newsletter about your couch. That's the guy down the street, on the holiday newsletter. It's like,
it's hilarious.
Tyson,
You'll never believe.
Got a very expensive, amazing couch that the neighborhood can't stop talking about. Nobody cares. So
that's great.
Do it for you. Do it for your family. Do it for the people you love. And outside of that, who cares? So that's it.
That's the struggle.
We're so happy to be back, and we'll make it a goal to be less materialistic this week than we were last week, and figure out that balance all the time.
Yeah.
So thank you all for tuning in. We're back. We're happy to be back. We should be back more regular again after our summer hiatus. And that's it. Like, share, subscribe, and Midlife Crisisses out.
Keep on crises in.
Peace.